I'm trying, dude. I'm trying, man. Fuck. Is it working? So I've been getting this question again. What do I do to work out my fitness stuff? So keeping my channel active. I'm gonna go through and I'll cut away from so you don't have to just look at me. Who's this douchebag here? In the pictures or whatever. I'll go through some like pictures, talking over where I started off, and go through the years. And I've made this video before, but I guess I got this new mic, so maybe it's a little more easy to listen to. But again, there really has not been a lot of change for a number of years now. I've always said before, the most important routine, I think, is of course scientifically there's tons of the best routines you could do, all that kind of stuff. But I think the most important thing, just like in life, is your perspective. You got to find the routine that you're going to continuously do, right? So you got to find perspective that keeps you going in life. So I have a lot of health problems, so I do as much as I can do. I've been trying to, for a long time now, I've wanted to build another 5 pounds of muscle to my upper body, get like an Instagram butt, that kind of thing. But, honestly, I've probably lost a few pounds. Not probably, you could probably see in the pictures. I'm not quite as buff as I used to be, a few years ago. It's just very hard to keep that up. I kind of consider myself to have a flex pack. You'll be able to see in the pictures when I talk over it, and I'll show some videos of what I look like recently. Maybe I'll put the video right before this video so you can get an idea of what I look like. I got like a flex pack. I can kind of like stay using that like a 4-pack, but I got a flex. I'm calling it like a flex pack, and it looks like a 6-pack. I do a lot of body weight stuff because of my hands. I'm going to talk about this over the pictures. You guys don't want to see me anymore. You just want to see this stuff anyway. I know I did get, I know my testosterone and hormones were really low again. So I still have not done TRT or anything like that. I keep thinking about it. I mean, if you could guarantee that all my hair wasn't going to fall out, I definitely would do it. I think, man, my testosterone was like 352. And I think the normal range is like 350 to 900, whatever it is. And then I think, so I was like pretty close to the edge again, dude. And my free testosterone, I think the ranges, man, what is the ranges for free testosterone? Mine was really low. I want to say, is it something like 10 to 30 or something like that? And mine was a 4 on the last blood test. It was absolutely fucking trash. My estrogen a lot of times is actually, I get high estrogen really easily because, I've told before, I've never taken TRT or anything like that, but I did try Clomid before. And because they tried like a Clomid restart on me to see if that would work. But I'm just so estrogen sensitive to getting estrogen. Then I have to take a Arimidex and all that kind of stuff. And I wasn't seeing any kind of like benefit from it. You know what I mean? So it was just raising my estrogen actually. But my estrogen was actually not as high as it is a lot of times for this. So I don't know if maybe just a bad period of being sick, but all my hormones were completely trashed. I know too, I've been having trouble losing a little bit more weight recently, maybe just as I'm getting older, and maybe that's why it's harder to keep a 6-pack the past few years, because my thyroid, I am kind of on the cusp of needing to up my thyroid dose. So I've been kind of thinking about that, but man, I'm it shocks your system a little bit every time you go up in dose, but I'm kind of on that cusp of, it's kind of about time maybe to up my thyroid dose again. So, I don't know. We'll see anyway. I'm going to stop right there. I'm going to get into the pictures, look at me half naked, blah, 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 blah. And we can talk over that. I'll be back. All right, guys. So just looking over the pictures, that's what I started off with. Ha ha. Okay. Anyway, really, I've showed this picture before. That picture on the left is that was me a year after C. diff. Remember, I said before the story was after I had C. diff, and of course I've been sick for most of my life now. Fuck me, but after I had the C. diff, it took me a year to work out again. So that really motivated me to make fitness the most important thing in my life, because I was like, man, dude, it took a year to even work out again, and geez, so many bad health things had happened and still continue to happen to this day. But I was just like, you know what, dude, if I'm going to die a sick person, I need to die knowing that I gave my all, right? So that goes into like the workout stuff. That's why I said, you know, my workout routine isn't that good, but I just do what I can do. Your most important thing in life, I'm sure there's tons of other quotation marks, you know, best workouts you could do, but you need to find one that you can do and find a perspective that keeps you going. So find a perspective that makes you do the workout you can do, you can physically do, right? So, you know, I do a lot of P90X kind of body weight stuff or band stuff, not really big. Again, there's not really much to say. I'm sure you can see, you know, I'm not huge. At one point, you know, where my abs look the most ripped is that Pokemon Go year. That Pokemon Go year, I don't know if it's that extra few hundred calories of walking a week or whatever, but you know, my abs were looking pretty good, dude, right? So I wish I could get to that, but you know, it's just hard to keep up, dude. It's really hard to keep up, and my health is only getting worse, right? You know what I mean? So if you could guarantee that I wasn't going to lose all my hair if I take testosterone, if I wasn't going to have side effects, I would do it, dude. But yeah, you can see I've had times where I've been pretty ripped. Again, I consider myself to have a flex pack now. The videos you can see, you know, kind of like a 4-pack generally, but if I flex, you know, then looks like a 6-pack, so let's call it a flex pack, right? Again, I'm not sure. I think people maybe want some kind of crazy thing, but there really isn't much difference, right? You know, I've always wanted to gain 5 more pounds of muscle to my upper body, but it's hard to even keep what I have right now. So I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to do that. I'd like to get the Instagram butt, like I said, but who knows if I'll ever get that. I feel like I just have to accept that I probably will never get it, right? And that's why we could even get into like body dysmorphia, right? That's why I don't even like, I know lots of people think I like how I look, and I actually don't like how I look. That's why I don't like post lots of stuff of myself. A lot of times when I post myself, it's to try to motivate myself to, you know, always make sure I'm the best person I can be. That's why, you know, I know people steal my pictures on 4chan. I don't know how much they do that anymore, but I know at one point they were. But, you know, I've only actually posted on 4chan so many times because I don't like comparing myself too much to other people, because then I'm going to feel like insecure. And I feel like for the most part, I've achieved a body, at least at certain points, that, is probably pretty impressive even if I was not sick, right? Let alone a normal person. And a lot of times when I would see people post pictures, you know, maybe they take steroids, and I know I could never get to that body, right? You know what I mean? So it's hard enough to just do what I'm doing. So I don't want to get too far into the body dysmorphia thing, you know what I mean? So, you know, it's hard to even post my pictures of myself because I'm like, man, it's hard to even stay as buff as I've been before, let alone compare myself to other people all the time. But I know you kind of got to, right? Because you got to post on social media to show you're alive, right? You know, it's just not super horny about that aspect, but, you know, generally I don't really care. So, that's it. I don't know if people have specific questions, if they want me to do maybe another what I eat in a day. But you know, it's not really anything too crazy. There's no too crazy of workout. Just find a perspective that keeps you going, dude. Whether that comes from a positive place or a negative place is up to you, but it needs to be a perspective that keeps you going. The end. I'm trying, dude. I'm trying, man. Fuck.